Foreword and Introduction of Chinese Diamonds for the King of Kings. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Chinese Diamonds for the King of Kings by Rosalind GOFORTH. Foreword and Introduction. Foreword. Whole libraries have been written on Christian evidences. The resources of philosophic and scientific research have been drawn up in defense of the Christian faith. Yet, important as these are, it may be questioned whether any or all of them together bring home to the heart such conviction as does the story of a redeemed soul. A soul lifted out of the fearful pit and miry clay, cleansed, purified, and established in righteousness. Whatever intellectual difficulties may occur, a countenance illumined with a light that is not of this world is irresistible. Henry Ward Beecher spoke of a nest of infidels he had encountered, upon whom argument made little impression. There lived in the same village a humble washerwoman of singularly beautiful character. When asked what they thought of her, the skeptics were silenced. Harold Begbie says of Old-Born Drunk that he advertised salvation. Before the miracle of Old-Born Drunk, the arguments of the tavern atheist melted into thin air. We are indebted to Mrs. Goforth for having gathered from her long experience in China a series of instances as convincing as any told by Harold Begbie in Twice Born Men. They are not the outcome of generations of development, for China has no religious background. They are miracles of grace. Luther said, "God is the God of the humble, the miserable, the oppressed, the desperate, of them that are naught." It is his nature to give sight to the blind, to comfort the broken-hearted, and to justify the ungodly. The divine nature is beautifully and expressively illustrated by these stories of redeemed and glorified ones, whose afterlife verified the reality of the miraculous change. He is able to save unto the uttermost. With him there is plenteous redemption. Go ye therefore and tell it out. Reverend R.P. Mackay, D.D. Introduction. The following sketches are as photographically true as my knowledge of Chinese life and people can make them. They are written primarily as an answer to the oft-met questions, do missions pay? And, after all, are there any real Christians in China? We missionaries are frequently told the average church member at home has come to think of missions letters as too dry to read. Wherefore my attempt to give missionary facts in a different, possibly more readable form. With what success remains to be seen. The little book is sent forth with the earnest hope and prayer that those who read these sketches may come to see the truth of what Paul said, "God hath made of one blood all men under heaven." Rosalind GOFORTH, Kikung Shan, South Honan, China, July 24, 1920. End. End of Foreword and Introduction.